So guys, I talk about all types of different videos on this channel, but lately I seem like I've gotten into a rut of doing reviews and then talking about the new books and the new movies that are coming out. So tonight I wanted to talk to you about something different. What type of story do you want to read? Are you the type of reader that really enjoys going out there and getting the newest book? Are you the guy who's been reading Spawn since it came out in 1992? Are you the person that wants more fantasy and more, escape from reality in your books, a la Sandman or something along those lines? So let's talk about it for just a few minutes. All right. I've been reading comic books since 1990. I started out with Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man. That's where I began. That's what I loved. I loved that character. I loved the struggles that Peter went through. I loved everything about Peter Parker and the world that he inhabited. But as I've gotten older, I've started to realize that some of those image books and some of those titles like Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Bone, Liberty Meadows, a lot of the Scion books cross-gen books like Scion, Meridian that I've been talking about lately, a lot of those books all branch out further than just a beat-em-up Spider-Man, Batman, Green Lantern story. Now, I love Green Lantern by Jeremy Adams. That's a high adventure. That's, you see all these characters that you've come to know and to love, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But as I've matured as a reader, I've also matured in what I want out of my comics. So what do you want out of your comics? That's something that you have to ask yourself. There's a lot of people that I know that I've tried to turn on to Kraven's Last Hunt. I feel like that's almost a literary masterpiece with pictures. There is also, excuse me, guys. There is also a lot of other books in that similar vein. Actually, J.M. DeMatteis and Sal Buscema did a follow-up in Spectacular Spider-Man called The Sins. The Child Within. Sorry, guys, it's been a long day, so my brain's not 100%. But The Child Within follows up on the story with Harry instead of Kraven, because Kraven is gone. But it follows up with Harry and Harry's demons between he and Peter. Really, really heady stuff. Love Sal Buscema's artwork. I wish people gave him a little more credit for being one of the greatest artists, not just Spidey artists, but artists out there at all. So you've got those type of stories. You have Meridian, where you have a coming-of-age tale. You have Sandman, where you have multiple different genres all in that 75 issues, and the world that has been created not only by Neil Gaiman, but by all of his collaborators. You have all of these things together that make a great comic book. But what I like to read is not what you probably like to read. Apparently it is, because I do have a lot of subscribers and I keep building and building. But there's also a lot of differences out there. There's some people that I read something and I review it and they call me out on it and they say, what are you smoking? So you got to realize that there's a lot out there. I'm trying to collect Taboo right now. And Taboo was a somewhat taboo magazine. It wasn't X-rated. It wasn't anything like that, but it wasn't mainstream. It wasn't things that Marvel and DC, because at that point, those were the two main comic book publishers. It was nothing that Marvel or DC would be interested in publishing. So Steve Bissett got a bunch of his friends together. They created this magazine, and it defied expectations. But it also probably gave Steve a lot of gray hair, because self-publishing, I've heard, is not for the faint of heart. So what type of stories intrigues you? What is it you want to read? Do you want to go back and relive your nostalgia like I am with Transformers, G.I. Joe, the Energon universe? Do you want to read new things? Do you say, you know what, I've grown up and I'm through with my childish ways. I don't want to read G.I. Joe or Transformers. I don't want to read about Spider-Man anymore. I want to dig into something much more in-depth, real, something that has some weight to it. I want to read From Hell by Eddie Campbell and Alan Moore. I want to learn more about Jack the Ripper. I want to read Jump Scare #1 by Cullen Bunn and find out where this girl gets all of these amazing powers and can remember all of these horror movies so that she can use these weapons to protect herself and protect those around her. Guys, this is the greatest medium that's out there because not only do you have the words, you have the pictures that go with it. So let me know in the comments, what is it that you like to read? What type of story intrigues you the most? What is it that brings you out of your shell so that when you go to the comic shop the next time, you look at the guy or the girl next to you and you say, hey, did you read this? Because I did, and it absolutely kicked ass. So let me know in the comments below what you're reading, what you're loving, and let's have more conversations like these. Catch you guys in the next video.